Hi Liz, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
It's good to see
All
you.
good.
Thank you for doing this little interview. It's good to see you. We just wanted to chat to you a little bit and hear from you about how life is for you at the moment. But before we do that, tell us a bit about you for those who don't know.
My name's Liz. I live in Northfield. I go to Crossway Church, and I'm a police officer.
Okay, very good. What do you normally do to relax?
Uh, go for a cycle, go walking, anything outdoors, wild swimming,
Okay,
all the things we can't do at the moment.
yeah, okay. So how are you not staying, how are you not going insane at the moment? What's keeping you
Uh,
sane?
how am I what, sorry?
What's keeping you sane if you can't do those things?
Jigsaw puzzles,
Jigsaw puzzles.
online quizzes,
Yeah. Okay.
love it.
Very good. And you mentioned you're in the police force. So what is your kind of normal week look like? What's your job?
I work shifts. I'm on response, so I go to the 999 calls. It's normally quite busy. Yeah, that's a standard week. 6 days on, 4 days off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How has kind of COVID-19 affected your work? Has it affected your work?
Yeah, it's been strange. When it first started, it felt like there was a reduction in jobs for us to go to. But it didn't feel good. It felt sort of like the quiet before a storm or a kind of disconcerting lull. Um, so initially it was quite quiet. There's been a reduction in burglaries and shoplifting and things like that. However, there's now been an increase in domestics, from petty arguments up to other not as nice things, and an increase in people being bored and so doing stupid things, phoning the police just because it's an interesting thing to do. So there has now been an increase in jobs, and it's really busy now.
Okay. Okay. How are your kind of colleagues responding to the crisis? How are people feeling at work?
Yeah, to be honest, people are just carrying on as normal. It doesn't feel that different, other than the fact that a lot of the jobs now we have to wear masks and changing gloves all the time, and there's a lot more calls to people breaching the COVID-19 rules of being in groups and things like that. So yeah, so my colleagues and I are kind of just carrying on as normal, yet there are more calls about the COVID-19 things, obviously.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How do people respond when you kind of are you telling them they have to take more precautions? What's your kind of relationship with those people when you interact?
Yeah, so the idea is to educate and encourage them to break up their groups and go home, before trying to enforce any of the fines and things like that. But you find that the people that are out are the people that don't want to listen to you educating and encouraging. So then they're not particularly engaging when you try to talk to them. Yeah, they don't always welcome your encouragements to go home.
Okay. Okay. Have you found for you there's any particular challenges at the moment? Yeah, for you as you kind of do your role in particular.
Um, Not particularly at work. I think going to work feels the same as it did before the whole coronavirus thing. But my rest days feel a lot different. So when I have my days off, I like to be able to go away and just have a complete break from policing, a complete break from being in the city. And I can't do that. So being able to feel properly rested before then going back to work is more difficult than it was before. I try to separate myself from work when I'm on my rest days so it doesn't feel too overwhelming. So trying to find ways in which I can do that while staying in the house
Okay.
has been tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
getting lost in the jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. And you've just completed a jigsaw puzzle of a map. Is that right?
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
good. Have you got any more maps on the agenda? Jigsaw puzzles, or are they different things?
I haven't got any other jigsaw puzzles
Oh,
that are
no.
maps. No. But I'm doing a Battle of Trafalgar painting at the moment, which is
Very
super
good.
hard.
Very good. Very good. And how can we pray for you and the police force at this time? Do you think what would be a good way to pray for you personally and for the force?
Yeah, I think for the police force, pray that people don't get sick, or that people don't get sick all at the same time, because there aren't any spare police officers that we can sort of get out of the box and they can do the work instead. So making sure people stay healthy and so have the right protective equipment. There isn't really enough protective equipment, the masks and the face guards and things like that. So pray that people stay healthy, people stay well. And for a lot of my colleagues, trying to juggle childcare when normally they'd be able to send their kids over to the grandparents or something like that. I think quite a few people are struggling with trying to organise their shift patterns. So I think praying for people trying to juggle their home life as well as work life, and not getting sick are probably the two big things. And being patient with people that don't want to listen to the advice that you're giving about going home.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think pray that I can have a good rest when I'm on my rest days, so that I can be ready to go back to work and work well and be patient at work and work to the best of my ability when I'm actually on the job. Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Thank you. Well, we'll pray for you now. Thank you for your time, and it's good to see you. And we'll be in touch soon. Bye.
Bye bye.